Hey, this is Ricardo Velasquez of Velasquez and Associates. Recently, there was a change in rules for DACA. The Supreme Court has looked over the Trump administration's attempt to stop DACA, and what they found was that the administration not gone through the proper procedures to be able to terminate DACA. So what that means is that that as DACA was before, it's reinstated again as it was before the Trump administration tried to stop it. We interpret that here as meaning that we can send applications out to the USCIS, and we've been sending out applications since we got the word. I think we've sent out 4 or 5 in the past 2 days. It's really important that we proceed and send applications. The Supreme Court works just like any other court. When you go to court and you're on trial for murder and you win and they say you're not guilty, you walk out of the court that day. The judge doesn't say, we're going to get to make up some rules or play around before you get out of jail. No, it doesn't work that way. And it's the same thing with the Supreme Court and DACA. The Trump administration has said that they would like to fight it, and they can fight it. They can go through the procedures that the Supreme Court has laid out. There's an act that started back in 1953. It's the Administrative Procedures Act, and it lays out the rules for changing regulations. And DACA, because it's a formal process within the government, you can't just arbitrarily change the rules. And basically, that's what the Supreme Court said, is that it was totally arbitrary, and the administration laid out absolutely no rationale for why they wanted to change the rules. So what that means is that that if you can apply for DACA, that you need to do so immediately. And those people that are eligible, that have never applied before, to be eligible, you need to have been in the country before June 15, 2007, and been here continuously until June 15, 2012. Your birthday also has to have been after June 15th, 1981. And so those people, and there are still many people out there in North Carolina and across the country that have not applied for the first time, that are eligible to apply. And we have had many people call us up, and we've done their applications and we've sent them out the door. It's very important also that if you have DACA, you don't have to wait 2 years to apply. Your DACA, when you apply, you get a work authorization for 2 years, and you can apply early. You could wait 1 year, you could wait 6 months. I mean, you'd be wasting some money, but in this case, I think it might be a good idea that if you're coming close to the 2 years, it's going to expire before December, you might want to go ahead and apply sooner than later. The administration can stop DACA if they want to. It's not going to happen in 1 month or 6 weeks. They're going to have to go through the rationale, and they're going to have to send out their assessment of why they want to stop it, how it's going to affect the government, how it's going to affect the people that are involved, and that takes time. So I'm not saying that it's a total victory. It's a very important victory, because what it's done is we've gotten almost through the Trump administration. It's been very bad because people haven't been able to apply for new DACAs, but we can apply again. That's my interpretation. It's not universal that people have that interpretation of the Supreme Court's ruling. The Supreme Court didn't make any provisos. They said the Trump administration didn't do what they needed to do in order to terminate that program. And because of that, as of the day that they came out with that ruling, the USCIS, I believe, is bound to accept DACA applications. Presently, USCIS isn't open for all things, but they are taking renewals of DACA. So the court, when they heard the case, they didn't, renewals of DACA have been allowed all along. And right now, USCIS is open to accept applications for renewals. I interpret that as meaning that the USCIS is open to take new applications for DACA, and that's what we're doing. I think there's no harm in trying to do it, and there's a big benefit if we're correct. And I believe we're correct. Things can change. So I really believe that we need to take advantage of this window that we have for new DACA applicants. So I recommend that we take advantage of this opportunity between now until the administration decides to end DACA, if they do. But we're taking applications right now for renewals and for new applications of DACA. Even though we have COVID right now, our staff is very aware of COVID-19. We can still process your application. People come to the office. We take precautions. But the important thing is, it's very important to get that application out as soon as possible. We are not wasting any time. We've gotten the applications out usually in like 1 day if you have all the documents necessary. There's many other requirements that you need a clean record. We have to do a record check. There's a lot of things that need to be done prior to sending out a new application. But we have been very successful in getting those applications out very quickly. And I don't think you should delay. So come on in. We're available to see you. You can call us up, and you might be able to do everything over the phone. Just drop off the package, and we'll take your documents and have you come back to sign before we send it out. I think it's $485 for the fee that USCIS is going to charge. And we're available. We have a team of people here in Raleigh and in Durham, and it doesn't really matter what part of the state you're in. We can help you, not just for DACA, but any immigration matter. We're in immigration court almost every day. We go to Georgia, we go to Washington, D.C., Virginia. We help people from the minute that they're in trouble. And that means on criminal charges in the state of North Carolina. I'm a criminal defense attorney. I'm also an immigration attorney. It doesn't really matter what has happened to you. We can help. I usually am the one that goes personally to see you. There are other attorneys here, but normally if you're in jail, I'm the one that goes to see you. So if you're facing deportation because of a criminal charge, we have extensive experience. We've been in North Carolina in the same building since 2005. I've been an attorney since 2003, and we have dealt with complex issues that involve criminal consequences or immigration consequences to criminal charges in North Carolina. It's very important that you see someone and not lose rights you may have. There are times when it might seem easier to take a plea in criminal court, but that type of plea may end up making it so that you do not have a claim in immigration court. It's very important to talk to someone as soon as possible. There are many good immigration attorneys all across the state. It doesn't matter where you are. I can go to see you, and I normally do. I will see you that same day. But my point is that you need to see someone. They're very important rights, and you need to act right away. That's with people in trouble. We're also immigration attorneys that do a whole range of things. We can help you if you're filing for someone in your family or U.S. citizen, you want to apply for your spouse, you want to get a 601A waiver so that you can apply for the visa for your spouse without them having to go out of the country for it to be approved. If you have a spouse that you want to apply for and they entered without permission, meaning they were entered without inspection, then many times that person, or always that person, is required to go out of the country before they can get a visa. However, you can apply for a 601A waiver, which allows you, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, to get that waiver approved before you go out of the country. Then you can minimize the time that you're out of the United States. But we do a full range of immigration legal services. You should come by. Many times we can give you consultation on the telephone, via Zoom, Skype. There's a variety of ways we talk to folks now. We still do consultations in person, and we're very careful to protect your health. We can see you or talk to you on the telephone and understand and give you a forecast of what's possible for you. My advice is that no matter who you are, no matter what has happened, that you talk to an attorney, and make sure you talk to someone that has been doing this for a while and can understand your criminal history, if you have one, your history in general. For instance, we had someone come in earlier this week. They came in with visas from another country, and during that interview, we found out that they had said some things on their applications that weren't exactly true. And if you don't have experience working through that kind of scenario, then you may have sent, as an attorney, may have been sending a person to have their application rejected and then ultimately deported. But it's very important you talk to someone with experience, and experience with criminal matters. For instance, with DACA, you might have a bar, a disqualification would be a drunk driving charge. Sometimes attorneys don't understand, or immigration attorneys don't understand the difference between a underage consuming alcohol and DWI. But those things are bars to DACA. They're not necessarily a bar to applying for a U.S. citizen. So if you've heard things from the community, from friends, it's like, oh yeah, my friend had a DWI and they couldn't apply. Or yeah, my friend had a DWI and they could apply. And it's like you have a conflicting information. You probably need to talk to an attorney. It's very important to not risk your future on things you hear on the street. We can help you. We can talk to you in Spanish. We can talk to you in English. We have a variety of people here that are have extensive experience in criminal court and in immigration court. So we're ready to help you. Again, this is Ricardo Velasquez from Velasquez Law, Velasquez and Associates. I've been here since 2005 in the same building. We're not an immigration outfit that just showed up. We've been here for quite a while. We've grown up with the immigrant community, with the Hispanic community, Latino community. We speak your language. The staff is fully bilingual. We're going to be able to help you. That's pretty much it. I look forward to seeing you, and hopefully this pandemic will be over soon, and we'll be able to operate like we were before.